Welcome to the show, everyone. This is episode 28. Research in writing is inevitable. Using your research is paramount. How you use your knowledge is a choice. And today, we will talk about those choices and which one you should make. So stick around. We're going to talk about that. Knowledge is power, as the saying goes, though I think the true power comes in how you use that knowledge. As a writer, it is impossible to know what our future characters will have to deal with. We don't know where they will live or where their ancestors come from. We must learn, adapt, and overcome. And one of the ways we do this is by writing what we know. It's so much easier to use a location we are familiar with, or an illness that we have been through. And if you're going to write a single book, if you're only doing one novel, writing what you already know might be okay. If not, if you're going to do more than one novel, if you are going to try to be a full-time writer, or you have a lot of stories that you want to get out, you're going to have to do research. Dean Koontz, for example, he wrote a series around a character named Christopher Snow. And I've made it no secret that Snow is my favorite literary character. And I even prefer him over Dean Koontz's more famous Odd Thomas. I also wonder if Koontz is ever going to finish Ride the Storm and complete the trilogy. I have hope, just not a lot anymore. Anyway, back to the research. Koontz doesn't have xeroderma pigmentosum. I doubt anybody in his family does. It is a real condition, though it is extremely rare. Christopher Snow has it. XP, they call it for short, is a condition where your skin cannot be exposed to UV light. There is a lot more to the condition, but you can do the research or read the books to find out for yourself. The point is, Koontz had a need to use the XP. His character demanded it. Knowing nothing about the condition, I'm sure Koontz did a lot of research. It's how that research is used that is important. Yes, we know in the beginning of the first book, Christopher Snow says, I have XP, it's a condition, I can't be out in the sun, etc., etc. But that's it. The rest of the research is shown to us. Show versus tell. In writing, show is always going to be better. And we're going to cover that next week. But for now, we're dealing with our data. So if you have a need for certain information, XP for a character, a part of North Korea you know nothing about, or the exact scientific reason that things are different colors. Whatever your reason is, you hit the books, you study, you get as much information as possible on the topic. And then what do you do with it? A lot of amateur writers, and some professional ones, do what's called a data dump. A data dump is when you pour all of the information that you've researched and gained, all the knowledge that you have on this topic, and you put it into the book to let the reader know you know what the hell you're talking about. Yeah, we get it. You have all this information and you want to brag about it. Don't. Instead of showing your work, just let it trickle in. If we keep using our Koontz example, I don't need 30 pages in a novel of stats and doctor's notes. I just need to know that the main character is afflicted by the condition, is limited in his abilities because of it, and he has to go out of his way to adapt and overcome it. Now, Dean Koontz is arguably the greatest writer when it comes to character development, probably in our lifetime. Every character he creates becomes a real person or animal. And while we all won't have this ability, we can emulate it. And by letting our research trickle into the story, the reader understands that we have this knowledge. We've done what it takes to gain this knowledge, and they can take our words as truth, or at least the truth we want them to have. And then they move on. With a data dump, you're showing the reader you are uncertain. You're seeking their approval for the fact that you have this knowledge. As the writer, you don't need to be the end-all, be-all expert. I know, as a reader and a fan, that Dean Koontz knows about xeroderma pigmentosum. I wouldn't seek him out if my child was born with the condition. When you're doing your research, you need to become an expert. You should learn, or at least learn where to get the access to everything you possibly can about the topic. When you're writing, though, you need to only hint about your expertise. I use what I call the Jeopardy versus debate team analogy. If you're going to be on a debate team, you need to be able to data dump. At any moment, there could be a question or a challenge to what you know, and you need to be able to back up your statement. You need to be able to prove yourself. If, however, you're a contestant on Jeopardy, you need all that same knowledge. You need to know everything that those kids on the debate team know. But you only have to use a fraction of it. Once the question comes up about your topic, you hit the buzzer, you give your answer, and you move on. There isn't a follow-up question. No one needs to know how you came to possess the knowledge to get the right answer. You won't be asked to back up your answer, nor defend it. Writing is like Jeopardy. You may not know what will come up that you will need to answer. So you should have every possible answer ready. However, you only need to answer the questions that arise. So when your book or your character questions your knowledge on that topic, buzz in. Give the quick answer, get the awarded money, and move on. If you can keep Jeopardy in mind, remembering we as readers don't need to know everything you know, your story's gonna flourish. A data dump is death. Be certain, be quick, be concise, give your information, answer the challenge, and move on. Now, the next time that you need to do research, I hope that you can keep all of this in mind. And I also hope that it helps your story progress better. Next week, we're going to learn to show instead of tell. In the meantime, check out the new look of the website, extradraft.com, because something big is coming. Until then, have fun and write words.